This is Smoking Out the Closet. Now, here are your hosts, Alex and Rayven Greer.
Hi, my name is Rayven. I use she, her pronouns.
Hi, my name's Alex. I use they, them pronouns.
And welcome back to another episode of
Smoking Out the Closet.
Oh my god, you guys. Okay, so yesterday was my birthday. We're recording on the day of upload again. Because yesterday was my birthday. I worked my first day at the dispensary. And I just wanted to spend some time eating crab with my wife.
Yeah.
So we didn't record last night.
So much fun. Oh, so much crab.
So I will say, though, this week my schedule is actually going to be, I'm going to get this out of the way now, is Mike Glazer of Weed and Grub. We shouted them out before, but Mike and I are birthday buddies. So
I know you tweeted at them yesterday.
Yeah, I did. I was like, you know, we did a little happy birthday thing to Mike. So go find Mike. We'll put a link to his Twitter and his Instagram, but happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday, Mike.
So can I talk about my first day at the dispensary?
Please do. I want to hear all about it.
So before we go into it, let's talk about this new strain.
This new strain that we got from you working at the dispensary.
Yeah, so apparently it's real common for them to send samples for the employees to try. Or companies will send samples. So, I mean, we still had to pay for it and everything, but there was like stuff that we could try to kind of describe it and be like, oh, it was that I like this or I like that kind of thing.
Didn't you get this on super heavy discount?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is Strane, Strane, Gummiez. It's a hybrid from Holistic Farm Strane is the name of the company, or Strane brand for the weed. Yeah, it's real. I don't know why my voice started. I started going to Kermit the Frog though. I don't know why my voice did that. I like it. It's really good. It's high in limonene.
That's the terp I always go after. I'm liking this so far.
Yeah, it's really good. It's got a lot of THC in it, which for me is not really that uncommon.
For me, that's something different. I usually don't go above like 20. That's like max usually what THC I'll get. But oh boy.
I mean, it's nice. It's a little smaller than most of the containers.
Yeah, that's a very squat metal container. It looks like a hockey puck.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, it holds just as much. I think just smaller buds.
Yeah, that does have some smaller buds on it.
But like, if I can actually get it open.
Yeah, that container's kind of funky to open too.
But I mean, it's very smart at how they designed it.
Yeah.
You know? It doesn't take up a lot of room.
Yeah.
Compared to like other brands I've seen.
Yeah.
So
it's very smart design.
Yeah, very smart. And I've seen a couple of things that around the store. Like they already have vape cartridges and a lot of people call it LLR. It's live liquid resin.
Yeah.
But holy crap, the dispensary. So really cool. Not 100% sure what I'm allowed to say, so I'm going to kind of keep certain things. I'm going to move the mic. Sorry if you hear that. Certain things I'm going to kind of like be super vague with. My first day, starts off inventory count. You got to make sure that like there's no discrepancy in inventory, which I think that's smart. That I'm assuming is something you have to do regularly. Any cannabis industry or location, at least in this state, probably in other states as well. And I think we do one at night. I don't know. I haven't closed yet. I'm closing tomorrow, my next shift. It's really cool. The greeter literally just sits there, greets people in. That's what I did. I can't remember what it's called. It starts with an A. I can't remember what it's called. But you greet people, scan them in, make sure their ID is good, kind of like, all right, here you go, let them in the building. And then, the advisors, whoever's working there, will help them out. And if you have an online order, you scan them in, you do certain things to say, hey, you have an online order. Like you put them in the queue on the computer.
Yeah.
As online order, non-online order, basically. Or if they're new, you have to set them up for a consultation with the pharmacist. So that was really cool. Then I practice on green, not green people myself, and then after a couple hours I went to actually do the selling part, and I'm actually helping people with their strains and everything. And I'm a little shy at first, I kind of just like, most of the times I like, do you have an online order, or here, what can I get for you, what kind of strains are you looking at?
Mhm.
I didn't have a whole lot of like not online orders, but the couple that I did already knew what they wanted.
Yeah.
Like came in, I want 2 cherry diesel from Terrapin.
Yeah.
I remember it was cherry diesel. I don't remember what company it was. But yeah, I mean, a lot of it was pretty cool. I just got to get back into the flow. I'm a little shy still. But I had a really good day.
That's good.
Unfortunately, the uniform shirts they gave me were not the ones I put on the paperwork. I asked for extra large because I am tall and kind of wide. I'm not fat. I'm just like very broad as a person. And they gave me mediums. They don't fit at all. So that was fun.
Yeah.
I messaged my boss. He was like, "Crap, this is probably the only ones we had." I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, the company I work for got bought out before I started working there, and I'm not going to say who bought them out, what they were, any of that stuff. But they were kind of waiting for a lot of the new uniforms and new ID badges and everything, so it's going to be a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool. I had a fun. I'm so excited to go back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they bring snacks. Somebody brought Girl Scout cookies apparently.
Oh yeah.
Like a big ass box of Thin Mints.
Oh yum.
I was like, oh. So I'm gonna like it there.
Yeah. I had an interview with them actually on your birthday while you were at work.
Yeah.
Your first day at the dispensary. I talked to the guy who was, the hiring boss, and we talked about you a little bit briefly about how he hired you at the closer location, and I was going to go off to the other location just because, better business practices to have us in separate stores, right?
Yeah.
But the phone interview with him went really well. It was like 15 minutes, and then he gives me a call back with the HR stuff, and then we get set up with the person at the actual head of the dispensary where I'm going to be working. Speaking it into existence, by the way, while I'm talking about all this. But it was super chill. Like, she was super chill, was super laid back, like, kind of felt like she already knew what she needed to know about me from, like, the interview with the hiring manager on the phone. You're right. Talked about this podcast a little bit, actually. She's super interested about that, and I told her a little bit about us and what we do. But yeah, it was so cool just to be able to have an interview, like, speak it into existence. I want to be there, and it's not that bad of a drive. It's like the same amount of time from my current job,
Yeah.
But I don't have to go through downtown. I just hop over Neville Island and go out. So I just hit 79 and go straight up.
Yeah. There'll be less traffic.
Less traffic. A lot more. There's a lot more lanes, and there's like I know there are a lot more accidents in 79. But like, as long as you're vigilant, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
That's just anywhere out here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not that bad of a drive at all. No tolls or anything.
That's good.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. Oh.
No, we didn't. Oh, we did it again.
What did we do?
We didn't finish the review.
Dang it. No, we didn't. Why? How do we go off like this? Okay, so we're talking about these gummies, right?
Okay, so
the strain is called Gummiez.
Yes. Oh, because we talked about how I got it from work.
Yeah, and then we went off to work, and then you talked about work, and then I talked about how I had an interview with the same people as you.
All right, so here we are officially now at the review of Strane.
I'm so sorry.
Gummies by Strane. First couple hits, kind of gassy.
Yeah, pretty gassy, like the first few.
But
it mellows out as the more you smoke it.
Yeah, and I can kind of see why they named it Gummies. It's got that weird kind of like plasticky aftertaste that like Haribo has.
Yeah, that weird like sugary plasticky aftertaste. Yeah.
So I mean, it's not bad. It's a good midday high, I would
Mhm.
say, as we're recording midday.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I say I like it pretty good. I
I
mean,
like it.
I give it a 4.
Yeah, I'm there with you. It's solid. Like at first you're kind of like feeling goofy and hyper, but then you get a mellow back out and you're like, all right, cool, I can like function and do stuff. I threw bread in the bread maker. I'm so excited for this. Making homemade bread in Raven's bread machine that I got her a couple Christmases ago. I'm so excited. But yeah, it's like I can focus on doing things with this high.
Yeah,
I
it
like
is.
this.
It's a. Ooh, ow!
Ooh, what was that?
That was my elbow. It locked and then popped.
Ooh.
Ow! And I just
Stop,
need to drop
and
it.
lock it.
You pop, drop, pop,
pop,
and lock
drop
it.
it, lock it. I'm dyslexic. Okay, I don't know.
Or pop, lock, and drop it. I can't remember how it goes anymore. It's been like freaking 15 years since that song came out.
Hey, there's your BS.
Huh.
Did our buddies over there tell us how it's coming?
No.
Our package.
No.
We've been checking the mail compulsively every single day.
Yeah, because we're supposed to be getting this package from this company. We're not gonna say who till we get it.
Yeah, we're so excited though.
To kind of shout them out and everything. We'll do like a video or something about
We're
it.
so antsy. Like we want to get this package ASAP because we're so
Yeah.
excited.
But yeah. So, what was I gonna do?
We're talking about the Strane.
Oh yeah, the Strane. I mean, like I was saying earlier, it's got a nice design. It's pretty simple, but you know, if you're like us and you have a lot of like different strains you use kind of frequently, and for different situations, you kind of run out of space real fast.
Yeah.
And this, I feel like if a lot of companies did what they did with this packaging, I think you could save a lot more space. Because, like, honestly, it's small. It is the smallest container I've ever seen dry flour in.
Yeah, it is. It's very small. Like I said, hockey puck.
It's exactly a hockey
the shape
puck
of the
size.
hockey puck size. Yeah. It's very interesting.
I wonder where they're located.
I don't know, but I found the ingredients list was interesting, and you got a giggle out of it too.
The ingredients: medical marijuana.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all that's in there.
Huh. So yeah, I mean, I give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
Oh,
4 out of 5.
Newcastle.
Newcastle?
They're from. It's in Newcastle.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I like them. 4 out of 5. Yeah, definitely something to keep around or consider getting in the future. You know.
Yeah. Just gonna take this off so I can take a picture on it later for our Instagram.
Yeah.
So no one gets my medical information.
Sometimes I stage my picture so that way the label's in the back of the picture, like it's around the way you can't see it. So.
It's kind of hard to do that.
Yeah, sometimes it can be.
I'm just gonna. I don't need this. I'm gonna keep all the other important information, but that information, like the barcode, I don't need to scan it anymore.
Okay.
So. Oh yeah, and we had to scan everything. Like, remember when I was talking about like lot numbers?
Yeah.
That's the final product, and this is the batch it grew in.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm not gonna show those numbers because I don't know if I'm allowed to. But
This is still pretty cool though.
look at the bottom of your medical marijuana, folks. There is going to be batch ID and lot ID. One of those is where it was tested.
That's pretty cool.
So, do you want to get into one of your topics? Because you got a really cool magazine from the CVS near us after I got sick.
Yeah, so
not sponsored, by the way.
Raven had a tum-tum ache, so we went to go get some
tum-tum ache. I had a stomach bug.
Tum-tum ache.
I'm not a 4-year-old.
Yeah. Anyway, I think she caught a stomach bug either from me or one of her coworkers, and we wanted to go get some more Pepto.
Old coworkers.
Yeah. But we went to get some Pepto at CVS, not a sponsor. And this magazine caught my eye, big and pink, and has a pot leaf on the front. Like, the cover of it says "Women in Weed," and it's a magazine by Sentinel Spotlight. And I was like, all right, cool. Well,
that's Centennial.
Centennial.
That's Centennial.
What did I say?
Sentinel.
I'm so sorry. I'm stoned. Please, I apologize. Oh my god, Centennial Spotlight. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry. Anyway, I picked up this magazine. It looked like it'd be pretty cool to read, right? Every once in a while, we'll pick up magazines while we're out that have like stuff about cannabis
Or newspapers.
Newspapers, yeah, the one that we had that had the legalized cannabis article on the front of it with the rainbow cannabis flag. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, we saw it. I think it's in your car still.
I thought you brought it in.
It might be over on the throw-on table.
But yeah, I started reading through this magazine, and one of the articles that really caught my eye was called Butter, Batter, Sugar, Shatter, and it explains the different forms of concentrates and how they're made. So I wanted to read some stuff from this article because I think it's pretty cool. Because like, I smoke flower. That's what I do, right? But I'll tell Pennsylvania that I vaporize my flower. I do it the way that I'm supposed to.
We use flower.
We use flower, and vapes, right? So I don't really do concentrates. I never was big into concentrates like before I came into like what was considered legal, right? Back when I get stuff from the legacy market, I never got anything like that. So concentrates are extracted from the cannabis plant via numerous methods, including dry or water-based processing, dry ice processing, and solvent-based processing. Solvent-based methods involve carbon dioxide, a non-flammable solvent, and flammable solvents such as alcohol, ether, propane, or butane. And basically, it's one such method is BHO or butane extraction, which results in some of the most popular options. That entails pushing butane oil through a tube loaded with dried plant matter to dissolve the THC and other compounds like terpenes into the butane. Later, the cannabis butane solution is thoroughly purged to remove any butane from the final product to ensure for safety. The result is a solvent-based product with an average THC concentration of about 54 to 69%. Some concentrations can reach 80% or more. Compare that to THC concentrations of conventional flower, which are only about 10 to 15%. This one that we're smoking is kind of high. Yeah. So considering your average is going to be between 10 to 15% for flower. This one's what, like 24?
26.
26
THCA.
And even that's high for a flower, right? But this is how it extracts that oil out. And like it goes into the breakdown of what all these different kinds of concentrates are. Since to tell you how it's made.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I need to hydrate. Sorry. Ooh, I getting really bad dry mouth from this. Oh man, I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Ooh. I feel like I could need one of those beer hats, and just put 2 pints of water up there with the straw.
Just get some liquid death.
Yes, please. Yes. But okay, so 11 concentrates you need to know. And this little knowledge is power thing, right?
Yeah.
There's called batter or batter, like BADDER or BATTER. It's a loose, saucy consistency, ranges from a greenish brown to a golden yellow color. Batter's texture is like flour before it becomes a smooth dough. This is Susie Costello of Merry Med Inc. They're renowned for their smooth, intense flavors and are made by whipping gently heated shatter to a desired consistency. So to understand really that one, we're going to have to read you like what shatter actually is. So shatter is a super slim sheet of cannabis extract. Resembles hard candy, says Avery, but as the name suggests, it is incredibly brittle and tends to break into tiny pieces. You want
like peanut brittle?
Yeah, like peanut brittle. It has that consistency, right?
Okay.
You want a clear shatter product or a light amber one. Dark shatter tends to be lower quality and possibly contaminated with dangerous chemicals left over from the BHO extraction process.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful where you're getting this, and you look at it before you buy it, right?
Yeah.
There's also rosin. Like, if you heard people talking about like smoking rosin.
Yeah.
Rosin is robust and flavorful. It's a solventless concentrate made by applying extreme pressure with a low temperature to cannabis matter to squish out sap. So like the sap sticky part from the actual bud.
So it's pushing on all the chlorophyll?
Yeah.
Because that's what sap's made out of. Yeah, it's the chlorophyll.
It's pushing out the chlorophyll of the bud. And that's what you get. That's what rosin is.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, watching on fuck a duck. Bong Appetit, they went to go see how it was made, and these
Yeah.
guys are taking like little liquid nitrogen
And
machines.
they're just
push
pressing
it
it.
and like hardcore, like hydraulic, and then push in like liquid nitrogen on the hydraulic, so like
Yeah.
it's really cold and everything, and they just squeeze it out and it just comes out like
Yeah, it just
goo.
extracts. That is the rosin that's stripping down from that plant matter.
Okay.
That is what that is. Yeah. Unlike solvent methods, it's safe to process rosin at home with a hydraulic press. Live rosin.
Safe to process at home with a hydraulic press. Like everybody's got a fucking hydraulic press.
Right? He doesn't even have one at home, just lying around. You can make your own rosin. Yeah, okay. I can think of maybe 2 people who might be able to do that.
Dad.
Yeah, yours and mine. Because they both have hydraulic presses. But they have shops.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, live rosin products are extracted from fresh or flash frozen weed and can look waxy in contrast. Rosin made from cured flower hash or keef has a sap-like translucent appearance. There's also like live resin is a big thing, like live resin cartridges that I think you might have mentioned one of them too. Live resin is created from fresh cannabis material and a solvent such as ethyl or CO2. It can also be made from similar to hash, separating the trichome crystals and tightly rolling the gummy substance into a ball or a brick. It's sticky and potent, and since the process allows it to retain much of the trichomes and cannabinoids, resins tend to have more robust flavor than other concentrates.
I just don't know how to use any of this, you know?
A lot of this, like, I know it's for shatter, you use like a butane torch. I'm fucking stoned. I do not trust myself with a blowtorch. There are things that I should not be doing, and holding a blowtorch while I'm stoned is one of them. Okay?
That's fair.
And there was like some comedian I remember that said something about this, but I don't think that's something I should be doing. Stoned.
Yeah.
CO2 oil, this is the stuff you're going to get from your dispensaries, the stuff in the vape cartridges, right? This refers to any concentrate made with CO2 extraction. CO2 oils are available in assorted THC strains with CBD and customized blends of cannabinoids and terpenes. CO2 oils extracts need to be vaporized. Distillates, they also sell distillates at dispensaries, and these are what these are. Distillates are pure cannabinoid oil, void of other compounds, terpenes, flavonoids, or waxes in the cannabis plant. THC is the most common cannabinoid targeted by distillate makers. Still, CBD, CBN, and CBG focused products are rising in availability and popularity. Since there is no entourage effect involved with the distillate, users say it's much different kind of high. Many report feeling underwhelmed by the experience. So it's like a softer, it feels like it hits softer is
for
what
you.
It seems like.
Yeah, that'd be good for you. Like,
Yeah.
it's a business high.
Yeah, it's a business high. And I know that they sell this at dispensaries, distillates for different things.
Yeah, I know we sell butter, sugar, shatter, live resin, liquid live resin, and the CO2 oil, which we just label as vape cartridges.
Yeah. And then there is something interesting called crumble and honeycomb, and then there was some called diamonds. And the diamonds are made the way that you think they are. They're made under pressure from the pressing of the oils, and it sticks together. And they're these little harder, like, chunks or pieces or particles, right?
Okay.
And then the honeycomb crumble is it takes a much longer time than other concentrates to make, resulting in a super dry product. It resembles crumbs, but some versions are pressed into delicate hexagonal shapes called honeycombs. They're highly potent and flavorful, but less dense. They're excellent for topping a bowl. So, like, if you wanted something to start the bowl, to light it. And I was like, that would be really interesting. And I've seen people dress up fucking joints too. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, like they'll put like a little wax in,
so
like
fancy.
in the joint, or they'll
right?
put some of the distillate on the outside and then roll it in keef.
Yeah, like, holy shit. Some people are. I'm just like over here grinding and rolling it in a paper and calling it a day.
Yeah.
You know? Holy shit, this is fancy.
What about, is there sugar and wax left though that you didn't talk about?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Whew. So sugar is also called sugar wax. It was discovered accidentally when other concentrates formed into a granular substance. Today, it is usually produced on purpose by BHO extraction process. Sugar has a consistency of wet sugar and is somewhat easier to handle than the smooth, sticky butter, explains Costello. It can range in color from a golden amber to a sunny yellow. The crystalline textures help the concentrate maintain its flavor and terpene profile. So it keeps the crystallates formed in the way that they were originally formed on the plant.
Oh, okay.
So they don't break apart. And then wax. After a solvent-based extraction technique, the remaining extraction is whipped for a very long time to remove excess moisture, resulting in the wax. It is the consistency of thick honey or syrup and should have that honey color, said Avery. In addition, its extremely high THC content makes it an excellent choice for consumers with high tolerance or those using the product for pain relief. This is more concentrated, more targeted, heavier medicated.
That is really cool. Is this what, like, it's all of this except, you know, obviously, like the live liquid resin and the CO2 oil or vape cartridges?
Yeah.
Is everything else in a dab rig?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, most of this you do in like some sort of dab rig. So
I don't know how to dab.
some people,
Except, you know, like with your arms. That's the only dabbing I know.
If you go back earlier, some of like the older people before these dab rigs were made or like thought of, they would use a butter knife for the like butter stuff, and you'd heat it over your fucking stove.
I thought that was a nail. I thought they took a nail, put it in, and then heated it up, and then smoked it that way.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about before the actual like big glass rig thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. You just take an actual nail, put it in the resin and whatever, hit the nail, then inhaled it that way. I thought the double knife thing was hash. You would put like a ball of hash in between, heat the knife up, and then like you put it on the hash, and then it would smoke it that way.
Interesting. I've never done hash.
I haven't either. I just know that from Mary Jane.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who has.
Mary Jane's the only one I know.
Okay.
I don't know anyone else who's gotten a hold of hash.
I don't think it's not super common anymore. I don't think.
I don't know. In a world where you can get flour right there, you know.
Yeah.
Do you have any hash? No. Yeah. Excellent.
But yeah, like I thought that was neat. It told you about like the 11 different concentrates you need to know. And it had a thing about synthetic cannabis as well.
Yeah.
Which is not no. I accidentally did fucking K2. Holy shit. Long story. But yeah, I accidentally
You've talked about it on here
before. I accidentally did K2, and that's artificial weed. And like that's not weed. The feeling is not not relatable at all.
We are getting to that time for our break. So we will be back in just a moment. Still don't have a sponsor yet.
No.
But we're talking to folks and everything. If you know anybody that would like to sponsor us, either on the gay side or the weed side, hit us up.
Yeah, let us know.
We'll be back after this brief pause. All right, we're back. So I want to talk about my next topic. So we haven't really had a whole lot of LGBT stuff lately, and all the pant leg got caught underneath my chair. All the LGBT stuff we had lately, unfortunately, has been a little bit of a Debbie Downer. Not to say that these things aren't important, but it's a lot of the same topics lately, like, you know, Russia invading Ukraine, saying that like J.K. Rowling's right, and fucking using it as an excuse to kind of like invade Ukraine for the whole gay propaganda and stuff. Just a lot like Florida and what's going on in Texas with LGBT bills and all these other bills popping up across the state. So I kind of wanted to talk about some things that are, you know, kind of lighthearted and happy and, you know, fun stuff that kind of like, it's not all bad.
Yeah.
So this one comes across the pond where my family lives, over in England. From inews.com, or I think it technically was inews.co.uk. But it's Where I Can Be Me, Inside Britain's First LGBT Retirement Home, written by Patrick Strudwick. And God, is that a British name? So I'm going to read a couple of the section I kind of copied and like wrote down notes about and stuff. Lydia Arnold reclines on her... No, what I'm reading here is basically verbatim from the article.
Okay.
Lydia Arnold reclines on her squashy mustard yellow armchair, tells her bright pink trainers, or for you Americans, sneakers, skyward, and begins to describe the moment she became the first resident of Britain's first LGBT retirement community. It was just 3 months ago, in early December of 2021. She ascended the lift, or the elevator. I'm going to translate for everybody, the British terms. In the modern bulbous tower block on the banks of the Thames River, which is, the big river that, for those of you who don't know British, the Thames is where the Eye of England is also on and everything. It's the most famous river in England.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how much people know about England. So
I know. I'm listening.
No, I was starting to get anxiety because I'm like, oh, by the way, it's also this. And I'm like, I don't know what people. We have people listening in like, like the Czech Republic and stuff. I don't know how much they know about England.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of listeners in America that don't know much about England.
We're not trying to insult anyone's intelligence.
No. I'm just trying to make sure like
everybody knows. We're
everybody
on the same page.
like where this is. Kind of like if you know the big Ferris wheel in England, it's around there. Walked down the corridor past the unoccupied rooms and arrived at the threshold of her new apartment. On the doorstep was a big white package with a rainbow ribbon, says the 74-year-old. I carried it in, and inside was a hamper and a mug. On the mug was the motto of Tonic Housing, the organization behind this pioneering housing scheme. How we live our lives out. The double meaning, uncloseted for the final chapter, wasn't lost on Lydia. I was on my own, and I burst into tears, she says. Relief from the memory resurges. She begins to laugh, and I thought, wow, fantastic. And this is just so heartwarming that there was a community for elderly queer people.
That is so cool.
Just to like kind of live out their days and be unashamed of who they are.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, there are some gay people in like different like retirement communities. There's gonna be, but some of them don't feel comfortable in some of them because who they are, especially in like their age groups.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine like someone being openly gay in a Miami retirement community.
Yeah.
Like, yes, there's a lot of gay people in Miami, but I don't think that someone would be comfortable with being in the boomers generation.
Yeah.
You're getting distracted by airplanes again.
Yeah, there's an airplane out there. I like airplanes. We didn't pull the blinds this time. Alex is getting distracted.
That's on me.
It's all good.
But like it's amazing to like see something like this. That like there are these communities that are like building up for our elders.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And so it's just it's very nice to see.
Yeah.
England's been doing a great job lately with LGBT stuff. In some areas, others not so much, and you have some people that live in England rallying.
Yeah.
They're assholes about it, but
yeah,
at the end of the day, this is a good step forward. I think we should get some of them in over here in the States.
Yeah.
No, I'll pull up a picture for you and I'll put it on our Instagram. Patrick wasn't kidding when he wrote bulbous building. It is very bulbous.
Yeah.
And I'm putting very emphasis on the bulb part of it. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up for you to see now.
So I know what you're talking about. Also, can I just say I've been sitting here listening to the bread machine and I'm so excited for that bread. I smell it and I'm so excited. I like homemade bread.
I'm not getting a good here it is. This is a very bulbous building.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. What? The heck?
It's like one of those like little cans of like sardines you get.
Yeah.
But like two of them stacked next to each other, towered up in that kind of shape. And then you have like one cross section in it and then that going up. It is so very weird. but it's not fully an X shape.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Ooh, but you cannot tell me that's not bulbous in shape.
Yeah, that is very bulbous.
You want to do your next article, and then I'll go on to my last article.
Yeah, let me get a drink. I'm sitting here with my mouth open, staring out the window.
I mean, I can go
like
to
a dog and just.
I can go to my other one. It's like real short.
Okay. So going back to this magazine that I got at CVS is where my next little article piece came from. It was like 11 women in cannabis you should know. And it highlighted several of them. The ones that caught my eye were like Whoopi Goldberg. Last year, her and her daughter Alex Martin created Emma and Clyde. It's a line of cannabis products aimed at relieving menstrual cramps. And like Whoopi's been an activist for marijuana for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that was cool. That was cool to see that. And then like Beyonce has been using CBD for her soreness and inflammation. She was quoted saying, "It helped with my restless nights and the agitation that comes from not being able to fall asleep." So like just help her calm down and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sister Kate from the Sisters of the Valley that I've actually talked about prior on this podcast, the Cannabis Nuns. And then this was kind of cool. Eliza Maroney, she was the co-founder of what was called the Lucky Box Club,
Mm-hmm.
which is a basically a monthly box of pot goodies that they send to you. And I'm just like, that was freaking cool.
That's gotta be in California.
It has to be.
That's gotta be.
But yeah, definitely, if you don't identify as a woman, like I don't, but I picked up this magazine just because I was curious, definitely just pick it up. It's a really good read. It's not like specifically all about women in cannabis, but it's also good to know just about the women in cannabis.
Yeah. Does it? Here, let me see who else is in here. Does it actually talk about like any of the women in the cannabis like industry at all?
I'm not sure if it does.
Or is it just like big names who use cannabis?
Big names that use cannabis. There was like a few women in there who did like a clothing line and they used cannabis.
Oh, we got Laganja Estranja in here.
Yeah.
Because, the big cannabis drag queen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really consider her a woman, though, because if I recall correctly, the person who is Lestranja isn't identified as they don't identify as a woman.
Yeah.
Okay, Lana Van Brunt and Haley, I can never pronounce her last name, Deneen. They're dank designers who actually do a lot of stuff with like building cannabis and using hemp. Lizzie Jeff, okay, that's a pretty good one. Okay, there were some pretty good ones, but really, you don't talk about like the first woman who ever opened up a dispensary in the States.
No, it was more of like a kind of a tabloidy thing of like, these are the people that use cannabis that are women, kind of a thing. Other than like what I'd like to have seen was like a, hey, these are women that are doing things with the cannabis industry thing.
Okay.
But I don't know. I thought it was kind of neat anyway, just to see that on there. And like this magazine is cool, full of all sorts of cool shit.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to give it a look. I'm surprised Wanda James wasn't in there.
No, right?
Like, what?
But yeah, definitely give it a look. And then like that'll be added to our little small collection of cannabis magazines we've kind of acquired.
Yeah, we're gonna just have like one of those like little tabloid, like on the corner of like a gas station or something, like those little spinny racks.
I mean, like
magazines.
Robert has bajillion of them.
Yeah,
he has them full of comic books. So we're gonna have them full of magazines with just pot magazines. Oh my god, that'd be great.
That'd be cool.
Antique pot magazines. Those are gonna be collector's items someday. You know
Yeah.
that? We have a Time magazine that had pot on the front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do?
I think we do. I'm pretty sure we did.
I don't know where that went.
Also, I was thinking about getting us a subscription to High Times.
That's gone super corporate though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can read a magazine of them before we actually get a subscription, but like they got bought out and they were super like magazine corporate.
Oh yeah,
now.
I remember Mary Jane talking about that over on Meeting Grub. She was like, yeah, it used to be a bunch of like scrappy guys and like scrappy people who would get together and like their magazines had really good articles and like it was a really free flowing like environment of where it would foster a lot of creativity. And then they came in and were like, no, you got to be in the office from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And they're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a cannabis magazine.
Yeah. And also, you can't be stoned in the office.
Yeah, what?
What? Come on.
Because like Mary Jane wasn't the only big name in cannabis that also came out of there. Because fuck, what's his name? I also listened to his podcast. It's about growing weed. I can't remember what the fuck it's called now.
Sorry, I'm not of any help.
It's okay. It's probably on my Google podcast and on my Spotify, which is probably the issue. Grow Bud Yourself by Danny Danko.
Mhm.
That's who it is.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Sorry, Danny. I forgot your weed name there for a second, buddy. I was like, it's something with pop culture. I remember that, and I'm high. Forgive me.
Forgive me for what I said when I was
But yeah,
high.
he also worked at High Times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving forward to the other gay good feely thing. This is coming out of Cathedral City in California. They had their LGBT days recently, and the other day was their annual bed race and parade. So the annual bed race and parade, for those of you who don't know, I just learned about it yesterday. Is essentially where you get a bed, you throw it on wheels, and you decorate it however you want in the confines of being LGBT representation or just being cute. I don't think all of them were LGBT rep. I think you just had to decorate it, and the best decorated one wins, because there was one that was Pac-Man on the video we saw, which that was really cool.
That was pretty cool.
But basically, it boils down to two categories. You get one; it's judged based on the look of the bed and how it's made and everything. You parade it around, right? That is one contest. So I would assume the Pac-Man group won, because that was out of the ones they showed on the news page I was looking at, which is like
the
Channel 3
one.
News in California.
Yeah.
That was the coolest one we saw.
Oh yeah.
But then there's also the race component to it, where you race, and it's essentially teams of 5 decorate beds on wheels and race them for cash prizes and glory. And the winner of the racing side, which I thought was really cool, was the Cathedral City Fire Department.
That's pretty cool.
Like the fire department won. And they had like this big trans flag right on the front.
That's awesome.
And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
That gets me right there in the feely goods.
Right in the feel goods.
So yeah, we should actually get something like that here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
because we have we have like what, 3 5Ks?
Yeah.
To raise money for stuff. Yeah, we should do that. We should actually talk to oh crap, I forget the Pride organization that runs a lot of stuff here.
They follow us on our Facebook? Didn't I say they did that?
That was one Pride organization, but I'm not sure if they're like the one that runs Pride here.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll have to find the LGBT center.
Yeah.
Well, it's the PGH Equality Center or Equity Center. I can't remember which one it is. We have to go find them, so we can hang out and be like, hey, we have a podcast, but also we have kind of ideas for Pride stuff that we're taking from other cities.
We should do it here.
Because I think that'd be fun.
That would be fun.
We should also record some stuff from Pride in Pittsburgh. Yeah. Because that's coming up here soon.
Yeah, it is. Also, our wedding anniversary is coming up here soon. We got married in Pride Month.
Yeah. And your birthday's this Saturday.
Yeah, my birthday is this Saturday.
Do you have any other articles?
No, I don't have any other articles. That was kind of it. I was just thinking, though, I'm going to have a quarter life crisis here pretty soon.
Oh, don't get over it.
It's 45. Yeah.
I'm 27, Alex.
Shit. Man, I never thought I was going to get this far.
No kid with depression does.
No. Fucked thing to say, but yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Oh, man. No, I don't have anything else to say. That would be pretty good, though.
Yeah, I will say this works really good for like people with anxiety and stuff.
I like it.
Like, and that's why I gave it a 4, because like it tasted really good. The packaging is really nice. The fact that this is a very versatile flower, like you can smoke it in the morning, get ready. You can smoke it at night, kind of just calm down. Kind of not introduce sleep, but it'll shut your mind off, kind of thing. But it's a good for like, hey, I had a rough day. I need to relax. Smoke it. Hey, I'm going into work. I know my job gives me anxiety. Smoke it. Kind of thing,
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of jobs, we're gonna keep this out in the universe. I'm gonna get this job.
Yeah.
I really hope I do. That was such a super chill interview too, and the only other chill interview that I had was like whenever I was working where I am now, but at my previous store,
Yeah.
and that was great. But yeah,
Can I talk about a little bit about the job I got out of and how it's been an amazing change
yeah,
for a new job? Okay, so I worked in food industry, and I told you guys that. I didn't tell you what restaurant I worked in. I worked at Arby's. Oh my god. All right, so we're serving fish. It's March. We have fish Fridays, and because of how the food industry is as a whole, a lot of people are jumping ship because asshole customers, poor management teams usually. The pay is not really that great, and the fact that like you have to end up working sometimes by yourself in a rush. I can't tell you how many times I've closed a restaurant with just me and one other person recently, or the fact that it's Fish Friday. I'm making 30 fish sandwiches by myself. Like, it's ridiculous.
jeez.
It's so much burnout in the food industry. But like,
Retail's getting to be the same way. My freaking job right now is just
yeah, retail and food industry, they're the worst ones to work in. Ironically, technically, the cannabis dispensary is retail.
yeah,
It's a different kind of retail, though.
yeah, it is. But like my job, it's like, oh, we're gonna give you a 4-day weekend, but then we're gonna fuck you over in hours because you're gonna have to work basically an open to close. You're also gonna have to do all this extra shit on top of this because you have an event on, fucking Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna get 1 day off between like 4-day and a 5-day stretch, and then you're gonna have your weekend off that you requested off. So irritating.
But then we get to go to Steel City Con.
Oh, I'm so excited to go to Steel City Con. Holy shit. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, can we talk about where we went for dinner on my birthday, too?
Oh, yes. Can we please? Holy crap.
All right,
And we're going for my birthday now, too. Apparently, because
yeah.
Rayven said so.
Yeah, because you wanted a crab, too. You wanted a double dip, and you didn't want to go to Joe's Crab Shack. You fell in love with Ocean Treasures.
Oh, my gosh. It's
where
so
we went
good.
to.
Oh, the best crab I've ever had. Like, point blank, period.
Yeah, it is honestly the best crab I've had in a very long time.
So good.
Ocean Treasures is a Pittsburgh local seafood restaurant. They have 3 places. The original one, I think, is in Monroeville.
Yeah.
We went to the one that's in McKnight.
It's up beside my store in that strip.
Yeah, and then there was another one on Southside.
Yeah.
So we went to the one at McKnight because we had to pick up stuff from your store.
Yeah, because I forgot some stuff there.
And so we go there, and oh my god, this food is so awesome. It's all steam
Yeah.
pot. They're all steam pot.
It's so good.
And they have this like little robot that carries everything, which is really cool.
And I told them it was your birthday, and the little robot sang to you. It sang you happy birthday.
And including our table, it was 4 tables' birthday.
Yeah, and then we're going back on Saturday, which is my birthday.
Yeah, and oh my god, this crab. We got the Cajun seasoning. We got it mild. We really didn't need butter.
No. You just swap it in the stuff that it comes in the bottom of the same bag. Oh my goodness.
It's so good. We're going back. I mean, the price we paid for 3 pounds of crab, and they come with a corn on the cob and 3 potatoes for each pound of crab.
Yeah.
And it was like what, $100?
Yeah, 100
not counting our drinks.
Yeah, not counting the drinks is like 100.
I mean, that was not bad at all.
No,
for up here.
So good. Oh my goodness.
That's how expensive crab's been lately.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, that's cheaper than Joe's Crab Shack or Red Lobster.
Tastes better than Red Lobster and Joe's Crab Shack.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's been a long time since I had Joe's Crab Shack, so I can't really say anything about that.
Yeah,
definitely better than Red Lobster, though.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's been at least like 9 or 10 years since I've been to a Joe's.
But yeah, it was so good. Got my hand on the crab shell, though.
Poor baby was trying to crack the crab claw open, and she cut her hand open.
It wasn't that bad of a cut. It's just kind of... It's like a cat scratch, almost. Like a bad cat scratch.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there's a laying here sleeping.
Sitting in the sun.
Yeah. I was laying down there earlier. The sun's nice and warm.
Yeah. But yeah, it was nice. It was so good. I felt bad because I spilled my soda, and they're like, "Don't worry, this happens all the time when you get people's hands that are wet,
Yeah.
and crab and everything."
And
But
like you had crab juice all over you. You try to grip your drink and it goes everywhere.
it was so good though.
Yeah.
When
So good.
I'm paying for this trip, I'm gonna have a little extra money because I don't spend a whole lot on bills for this paycheck.
You get paid 3 times this month.
Yeah, so
which is great.
I'm gonna freaking go crazy and get us 4 pounds of crab instead of 3.
So that we get 2 pounds of crab a piece and more potatoes.
More potatoes.
Oh my god,
more corn.
Potatoes and corn. Yes. I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too.
I can eat food. I want that bread to be done right now.
Yeah.
I'm so mad. I want that bread done. I want homemade bread so bad right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely, for those of you who like food, if you're ever in the Pittsburgh area and you aren't allergic to seafood, you can eat it, and you like seafood, go to Ocean's Treasures.
Yeah, go to Ocean's Treasures.
I've heard the original one is the best because it still has a lot of the original staff there.
Yeah.
So if you can, I mean, obviously go to whichever one's closer, but try going for the original one.
Just like with Permani Bros out here, go to the original one. I've heard their branches have kind of like changed hands and it's kind of gotten weird.
Really?
And kind of crappy over the last couple of years, yeah.
The one in State College wasn't that different.
No, it wasn't.
And the other one we tried.
I don't know if that was just a disgruntled ex-employee from there or a disgruntled current employee from there or what was going on, but
probably.
She might have just been bad-mouthing, but
I mean, also the food industry kind of sucks.
It does really suck. It really fucking sucks.
Yeah, honestly.
Can I just talk about that interview too that I had in the food industry real quick?
Yeah.
For that freaking smoothie place? Holy shit.
You want to talk about that?
Christ. Why do you need to go through my entire fucking resume from 7 years of work experience for a job at a fucking smoothie place making smoothies? And why do you need to know why I didn't go be able to finish my bachelor's degree? It's fucking personal. I just didn't finish it. That's all you need to know. Do I need a bachelor's degree to make fucking smoothies? That wasn't on the application. Jesus fucking Christ, this place, it drove me nuts.
I will say a lot of places do like seeing that you completed it because that means you're willing to put in effort and everything. But here's the thing, right? If you were ever in an interview, you do not have to tell them anything. You don't have to answer any of their questions, any ones you're uncomfortable with or anything. The thing with gap years, which they were asking you, and for our listeners, this is really good to know because I know some of them are kind of on the younger side. According to Spotify, we have a lot of younger listeners, so listen up, buccos. If they ask you, why do you have a gap year? You don't have to say, oh, I was hurt or I was in school. You don't have to explain it. Just say, I wasn't working then.
Yeah.
And if worse, you'd be like, I was in school. That was it. That's all you need to say. And if they dig any further, just go, I'm not discussing this.
Yeah, I was there for an hour and a half.
For a smoothie job?
For a smoothie job. An hour and a half. And I got a free smoothie out of it. I got not only interviewed by fucking the owner, what's her nuts? I can't remember the hell, Bobby. Fucking my trash name, by the way. But her for 45 minutes. She was also late to the interview. And had to be interviewed by her, and then she sent out her assistant general manager and her singular shift lead that she had there, and they fucking interviewed me for 45 minutes, and just fucking. And
they wanted that to be your career.
Yeah, and they were like, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" And I was like, I didn't even lie to them because at this point I was just pissed off. I was like, honestly, with a kid and a house and in management position, probably somewhere in the cannabis industry.
Yeah.
Goodbye. She literally talked to me about the same shit she talked to me on the phone about, so it was pointless. And then her fucking AGM just fucking grilled me again. I'm like, what the hell is the point of this? This is if I was going into nuclear physics and you wanted to make sure that I knew my shit, not fucking making fucking smoothies. Making smoothies.
Yeah, you put shit in a blender, blend it, and there you go.
It's fucking smoothies. Well, the shit with Starbucks, I don't even know what the hell happened there. Tried to apply to them, and I used to work at a cafe that served all their shit,
Yeah.
and they just dismissed me. It's probably one of those stupid robotic systems they have that sort shit.
Yeah, and it's all, oh, you had issue with the uniform thing, or you had questions about it.
And it was just like, nah, goodbye.
Because usually people will have that unnatural hair color, piercings. That's not like my job. They're like, yeah, just wear t-shirt, closed-toed shoes, and jeans
like
that
high
don't have any
school.
holes.
It's like
Yeah.
high school rules. That's what we were told.
Yeah, I gotta have dyed hair. I gotta have piercings. Like, I don't know. They don't care. Heck, the
Yeah.
assistant manager has dyed hair and a lot of piercings.
Everybody at that dispensary is so cool. Like this dispensary, the one that I interviewed at was huge, and everybody was chill. So.
Yeah. I think mine's really cool because, like, it used to be a bank.
Yeah.
So it has a drive-through.
And the vault, they had to get a bigger vault to put in there
Yeah.
for all their product. Oh my goodness. It's crazy.
Yeah, you could definitely, looking at it inside and out, you could tell it used to be a bank.
Oh, definitely. Oh, I'm so sorry. Shoot.
I'm thinking it's about that time.
Yeah.
A little shorter episode this week,
it's
but
okay.
Once again, my name is Raven. I use she, her pronouns.
I'm Alex, so use they, them pronouns.
We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.